Howdy folks, welcome back to CAD Foundations, and today we're going to go over how to really quickly and easily make one of these puzzle cubes here. So these are kind of fun activities. They come apart, they break up into a bunch of little pieces, and then you put them back together, and it's kind of neat. So this is a real old activity. We've been doing this in the classroom for well over a decade now. It started way back in the day. We would use like wooden cubes to make these things, but yeah, now with the advent of CAD and 3D printing, we now print them out, and it's a lot quicker, a lot easier. And today I'm going to show you how to go through it and get these things cranked out real quick. So if you're looking for a last minute Christmas gift, or just something to distract kids, or even for an adult, it's a good kind of cognitive challenge. It keeps the mind busy. Yeah, fun little activity. But so this is the PLTW that inspired it, the Project Lead the Way assignment. It started from way back in the day. They used to use hardwood cubes. You'd make concepts, do sketches. But we're not gonna do that today. We're just gonna crank one out real fast. So this is one I prepared earlier, as they say on the cooking shows. Yeah, maybe took me a couple of minutes. I'm sure it'll take me longer while I'm explaining it, but it's a pretty quick little thing. And you could crank out a lot of real quick, easy concepts this way. So I'm going to go ahead and I am going to create another part studio. And so to begin with, we're just going to go ahead and do a sketch here on our front plane. And we're going to keep the same size we always had, with 3/4 inch squared. So 0.75 by 0.75 by 0.75. So we'll just make our little cube here and get it nice and extruded out for, again, 0.75. All right, so we have essentially one of these little cubes right here. That is what we've created, just one of these guys. And we are going to very rapidly replicate them using the array feature. So we're going to go ahead and click on linear pattern here. Obviously we want our one cube, the only thing we have. And then click on a direction. We can go either way to begin with. It doesn't particularly matter. I'm going to go this way. We want 3 for our instance count, and since we know our distance is 3/4 of an inch, that's what we're going to type in. And we want them new because we want all of these cubes to be separate for the time being. All right, so right there I have very quickly replicated my 3 cubes. So once again, we're going to use another linear pattern. We want all 3 of those cubes. And this time around, for the direction, we're going to pick the top here. And we are going to set it up again for 3/4 of an inch. And our instance count is 3. Because we're going to make 27 of these cubes. 3 times 3 times 3. 9, 27. So there we go. And then similarly, we'll just go ahead and do this a third time. Select them all. We want a linear pattern and the direction. Go ahead and select our top edge there. And same exact thing over again. We're going 0.75 and 3. Okay, so now we have a full cube of 27 little individual cubes. But what we want now is we want to grab a selection of those cubes and make individual pieces like these. We want 5 individual pieces total. So let's go ahead and do that. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to individually click on 5 different pieces. We'll just go with an L shape here. So I have 5 parts over here selected. And now I'm just going to click on the Boolean feature. And I'm going to stay with the default union, click the check mark, and that has now created this L-shaped piece for me. So this is all one piece. I'm going to go ahead and find my piece over here. It's part 1. I'm going to edit the appearance of it just so I could see what I've done. And we'll make this an orange piece for now, and that'll be fine. It's going to, because we arrayed and replicated things, it's going to turn some of the other pieces different colors for the time being, but that's okay. We can change that later. And just so I remember, I'm going to rename part 1 to orange. If I could spell it, there we go. And so right now I actually want to go ahead and use the inside. So since I'm going to go inside, I'm going to make a few of these parts invisible by just clicking on our eyeball there. All right, so that way I could go ahead and grab some of these interior pieces. So once again, I'm just going to grab a few of our pieces here. No, I'm not going to pick that one. So I got those two, and yeah, let's do something like that. Why not? And once again, we will Boolean these together. Okay, so we got another piece here. And once again, I'll go ahead and find my piece over in my parts list. I'll edit the appearance, and we'll make, that's a little not contrasty enough for me, so we'll make it blue, and let's go ahead and rename him to blue. All right, now I'm going to right click over here, and I want to go hide all parts real quick, and that should give us, hold on, there it is, show all parts. All right, so I have 2 pieces now, so we're just going to go ahead and find some space to make a few other pieces. Let me think. Alrighty, let's go with you, and you. And you might mess up a few times doing these. You might come up with something that doesn't work, but that's okay. That's why you have the Control-Z button for undo. But I'm going to go ahead and Boolean these together. Right there, and let's go ahead and find that part 10 here. We'll edit the appearance, make this guy green, and change his name to green. Where you at? There you are. Oh, wow. So yeah, I renamed it to rename, because I am just that goofy, I suppose. Okay, so we got 3 parts here, and you do want to try to make them interlock, because that's what makes your cube a little bit more difficult. Okay, so kind of seeing where we're going here, it looks like... Okay, so I am going to do I'll just do a T-shaped piece here. Once again, we'll Boolean that. What piece are you? We'll edit the appearance to that. We'll make that one, let's make it a bright red. And then if I've done everything correctly, which, hey, I have. Even a broken watch is right twice a day. So I've got those together, and we'll go ahead and Boolean those, and we can go ahead and leave it that color. And yeah, we basically have a puzzle cube. There is one other thing I like to do, just because it makes them nicer for the print. You see we've got the rounded edges on the side there. So we are going to go ahead and fillet this, and you know, you could play around with a fillet you like, but I just go ahead and select everything, and I've found that 0.05 is a decent fillet for me. You can go larger than that if you want. 0.1 would also work. That would be fine. But 0.05 is kind of what I like. I think anything larger than that starts to look a little bit wonky, but hey, that's on you, to each their own. Oops, not 0.5, 0.05. Change it back there. And there you go. Now you have a puzzle cube. Now, and then, oh, this one was light blue. And now all you need is to go ahead and export these as STLs, throw them in your 3D printer software, and you are good to go. But yeah, hopefully this puzzle cube will be a fun little project for you. Hopefully you'll be able to crank it out nice and fast, get it printed, share it with your friends, and yeah, have a fun time with it. Cheers.